I've been very curious to know what's happening this year with Xpeng, especially with the new P7 Ultra, which is probably my favorite looking car I've ever seen. I'd love to get rid of my Xpeng G6. As much as I love it, it's awesome. But I would love to get a P7 Ultra. I'd love to, if it were possible. I'm not sure if this car's coming to Australia or any other countries around the world. I'm hoping that it is. I reckon it will. But we just found out what the price is going to start at. We've also found out Xpeng are going to actually begin selling this year the G7 and another car, which is in fact an E-Rev. So it's electric with a little motor to generate power, which will charge the battery while you're driving. So these are the three cars that Xpeng are going to actually begin selling this year. Now, guys, I want to make it very clear, I'm not paid anything to make these videos. I'm just simply a fan. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. So, what are these new cars? The CEO said the company will present the new Xpeng G7 crossover. It's sort of like a coupe version of the Xpeng G9. I'm not a huge fan of it. I prefer the G9 or the G6, but some people like coupe versions of SUVs. That's a mid to large SUV. It's actually a bit bigger than an Xpeng G6. It's more similar in terms of actual dimensions to the G9. It's 4.9 meters long. And that model has a 218 kilowatt or 292 horsepower electric motor in the rear. There's also going to be an all-wheel drive version as well, I believe. Battery pack options, 68.5 kilowatt hour lithium iron phosphate battery for the standard range version and an 80.9 kilowatt hour NMC battery for the... Now that platform, it's an 800 volt platform capable of charging in, I believe charging speeds are approximately 530 kilowatt. Range is 577 kilometers for the base model, up to 702 kilometers CLTC for the larger NMC battery. Car News China says the price is going to start at 27,000 US dollars for that car. The car to me that is maybe right now my dream car, even though it's, we don't know the exact details yet. I just think it just looks absolutely sensational. I especially love this color as well. Everyone that I've heard from says, everyone I've spoken about this car, they're like, man, that's an incredibly cool car, right? The new Xpeng P7 Ultra. And apparently it's going to be presented officially in the third quarter of this year. The price, the CEO said, will start at around 300,000 yen, which is 41,650 US dollars. 41,650 US dollars. So it is more expensive than their other cars. Yeah, it's a little more expensive than I think some people are hoping, but it does have Xpeng's next-gen Turing AI chip, and apparently it's got scissor doors. There's also some pretty impressive-looking brakes on this thing. Yeah, it looks unreal. So I think the price seems to be pretty reasonable. In addition, Xpeng are going to reveal their first E-Rev crossover. So what these E-Revs are, for those who don't know, it's different to a plug-in hybrid. Because with a plug-in hybrid, the motor, the actual engine, not the electric motor, but the actual engine can also be used to drive the car. But with an E-Rev, that doesn't happen. With an E-Rev, it's just the electric motors that drive the car. The engine, which is generally quite small, simply recharges the batteries. It does nothing else except recharge the batteries. I actually like the idea. Would I buy an E-Rev? No. I'd prefer fully electric cars, but I can understand why this car would make sense. I think it's a better version of the hybrid concept. The model was, Xpeng's car was previously spotted in China during road tests. It will use Xpeng's Kunpeng super electric system. This technology has up to 430 kilometers of range, actually extremely fast charging. So this is one of the big drawbacks of plug-in hybrids that I think people are strangely overlooking. Really slow battery charging. All of them. There's no plug-in hybrids in the market right now that are outside of China that charge anywhere beyond about 80 kilowatt. They're really slow DC fast charging. I don't understand really why that is the case. I've spoken to engineers about it, but anyhow, the point is really slow. The big advantage of these E-Rev systems is they don't have those drawbacks. So you can charge the battery using apparently 10 to 80% charge in 12 minutes. In this new E-Rev. Much faster than, say, for example, a BYD Shark plug-in hybrid or any Great Wall Motors, their plug-in hybrid, Toyota's new RAV4 plug-in hybrid. Those cars, the charging speed is like triple that. which is, in my opinion, kind of stupid. It's sort of like negates the point of having a plug-in hybrid in the first place. Anyhow, don't get me wrong, I still think I can still see the merits in a plug-in hybrid, but I just think that the E-Rev system makes more sense. The Xpeng G7, which is this E-Rev, has an 800 volt battery pack with 5C charging technology. So it sounds like it's got faster than 400 kilowatt fast charging, which is just unheard of. There's no plug-in hybrid anywhere near that in the market. So you can see why Xpeng has gone down this route. The G7 is expected to have a price tag of quite expensive, 54,000 US dollars. So I'm not sure what car this actually is going to be, but it looks big. It looks like a really big SUV. It looks like it's sort of like a Toyota Land Cruiser type size. Maybe a similar size, I'm thinking, to the Xpeng, their X9 MPV. So it's obviously an SUV, but it's similar kind of size to the X9 MPV. So probably about 5.3 meters long. The current model line from Xpeng comprise the G6, which has just been updated, the G9, the P7i, which is not really sold anymore, the P7 Plus, which is very popular, the Mona M03 sedan, and the X9 MPV. So that gives you an idea. Add those additional 3 models to the mix. This new P7 Ultra, add the G7, and add this new E-Rev large SUV, and you've got 9 different models. I'm going to guess they're going to get rid of the P7i sedan. So they'll probably end up having 8 different models of car. And really this is going to be quite interesting, especially for us here in Australia, because we're getting some of these cars, well, quite a few of them apparently. So I'm pretty excited to actually see them and maybe compare some of them to some other cars from other brands over the next few months. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Bye-bye. In terms of pre-orders, this was the second most popular car of 2024. I think it got about 70,000 pre-orders within only a couple of days of going on sale. There's a very good reason. I actually saw one of these in China, had to go look at it. But here's a much better video showing you this car, showing you what I think is a car you would want to consider over possibly anything else in this segment. Hi guys, I met Mark when I was in China. He works in the automotive industry. He actually used to work for, at one point, I believe, Mercedes-Benz. But yeah, he's a journalist in the car industry in China. But he understands electric cars. He understands the entire car market in China very, very well. And he's really good with detail. He has an eye for detail. So Mark's come on board. He is going to officially now work on the channel.
Hello everybody, Mark here today with the Electric Viking, and I'm going to show you around.
So I'm certain you guys are going to love him. He's a really good guy, and he's been through some really tough challenges lately. So you know what, if you can get behind him and support him, that'd be awesome. The Xpeng P7 Plus, he's having a look at one of these in China. I'm actually about to, I'm not meant to be saying this. I'm about to actually have a look at one of these in Australia soon. This is going to be a car available in a number of different markets around the world within months. And I've got to say, this is one of my top 3 favorite cars right now. I've said this before already. The self-driving with this car, apparently it's basically at Tesla level. It's better, much better than Tesla in China, of course.